Hey guys, so these guys right here are really going in on how small their dicks are. So they're just cutting grass here. I don't understand what the hell is going on, but they keep talking about how small the dicks are. They actually woke me up from my slumber. I do not appreciate that, guys. You guys always come out here and talk about how, you know, how small your dicks are. You know, it's very unappreciative of, particularly the opportunity that the Lord has blessed you with in relation to giving you a job, an adequate job enough to survive and make a living off of, and putting me in this situation where I cannot work because of your obsession with BBC. You know, and thank goodness I have the exact time because my brother used to work for the city, so we can get the exact time of these individuals and names when they punch in and punch out coming here. And I could just take legal action and possibly take their jobs, have them reprimanded. But like I said, as they say, if you don't like our smart nigga, have a small dick. I said, okay. I said, calm down, brother. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, man. Your dick is that small, huh? Is that small, buddy? Really? You can't really hear it in the background, but they say it like that with such enforcement of penal inadequacies. Divorcement. Or, sorry, they say it with such enforcement of penal inadequacies. Endorsement. They say it with such enforcement of penal inadequacies, divorcement in relation to divorce from all things sane, in relation to penal inadequacy. Penal inadequacies, a hanging chain. Okay, so you gotta understand, guys. Like, I have no issues with you, but I shouldn't have to come out here every time. Okay, I don't always make recordings, but damn, I said fuck, I'll make a video. I said I'm tired. It's hot as hell. You know, I know you're not doing very well when it comes to your penis size. All well, not my problem, guys. It's not my problem. Okay, I'm sorry that you have a little cock. Alright? I'm sorry that your bitch don't call you Sweet Rock. It's not my fucking problem. It's always the white boys, I tell you, man. Smallest cocks, I tell you, man. I mean, when particularly talking about the paradigm in comparison to us in all communities. No disrespect. Not saying all. You have the disposable whites they separated themselves from in relation to them having big cocks. Donald Trump had talked about active treason and Donald Trump and his big dick. Because, you know, he has a big dick because he does not agree with what they're doing. Oh, he would not agree with what these people are doing to me. You know, they say they're high maintenance, or particularly the elite. High maintenance when it comes to class. And I said, where's the class in what you're doing here, sir? I'd like to know that, personally. Personally, sir. So, you got to understand, guys. When you're dealing with people like this, forgive me, there were a lot of threats. They talked about sitting there, Proud Boys over here, Proud Boy APB. So I had to pause it for a moment. The individuals are saying that, well, we don't know why you were taking so long. I said, what? Doing what? My thing is, I don't know why you're so small in relation to your reaction and dissatisfaction in relation to your penis size. Due to the lack of being able to provide any form of sexual gratification when it comes to the woman of your community. But like I say, I mean, it baffles me. You ask me these questions. My question is, why are you harassing me? And they've been harassing me since they've gotten here. Pull up a chair and let's talk about how small it is, not even seeing the print in your fucking underwear, my dear. Penal inadequate, brother, beware. So you gotta understand here, these motherfucking crackers I don't take seriously, these niggas, whatever you wanna call them. Here we say cracker. It's the backwater community, so I say that shit. Okay? Alright? I say nigga. Cracker in the sense of, like, nigga is a term of endearment for these crackers, okay? Alright, in relation to what they call me as well, a cracker, because I've been cracked, particularly by their whip of oppression. and poverty. Poverty's grip, by the whip of oppression and poverty's grip. Okay? I've been cracked by their whip. The crackers, cracking that whip. So you gotta understand it's a form of mockery, but at the same time it's a term of endearment. Same thing with nigga. Alright, guys? You got a lot of evil people here. So they said, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna continue anyway. We don't give a fuck. But that's small. Bougie, airheaded ass, legalized white niggas. Bougie in the fullest extent of the law of penile inadequacies broad. Okay? Now we're going to do everything we can to express our hate against our misery and to stop his face when it comes to the Lord helping him win this case. So you gotta understand this is very demonic. During traffic they're yelling these things. So you gotta understand it's everyone in the city when it comes to the whites. The police are aware of this, but they don't give me any issues, and I hope they never do, because I say, you know, I catch you on video and I have all this evidence that I send to my family periodically. You know, that's your job. That's your pension too. Because you know I'm gonna ask for that shit. Because you know I don't have anywhere to go. So instead of addressing the problem, you ask me to move. But you put me in a position where I don't have anywhere to go now. I'll probably end up going straight to CMH or some sort, see if I get any kind of assistance, because the police are trying to kill me. I already talked about shutting off my bridge cord and things of that nature. Alright? I never met people so fucking pathetic. So fucking small. And like to eat ass so much. Primarily because their dicks are small. Even the women eat ass down here. As they said, we just want to be the best in the bedroom. Okay, even they just said behind me, they said, now you know we are your little dick hoe. I said, yeah. I mean, it's in the name. I'm a 313 motherfucker. I ain't from this motherfucker. I'm 313 all fucking day. I ain't 810. I ain't no 810 hoe. See, down here it's, 304s, right? But we don't call them 304s. We call them 810s. 810s. Okay, so when I say 810, I'm talking about hoes collectively, because that's how bad it is down here. You gotta understand the name. Ho. Little Hope City. Okay, all right. Little Hope City because their dicks are so small, and their pussies too, because the white man's dicks are too small to engraft a dick print in their fucking pussy, in their vaginal walls. Okay, no disrespect. Hey, look. At the end of the day, even the women talk shit about him. Said, they say, me giving birth to children fills my pussy walls more than your dick ever could. I said, damn, that's some deep shit right there. If your woman don't even respect you enough to hold that statement at bay and to let members of another race know how small and sexually inadequate you are and how you don't fare at all well in the bedroom's call of sexual gratifications stall. I can't say horses stall because, they're not built like Mr. Ed. Okay? They eat their Wheaties. They did not eat their Wheaties. Of penile inadequacy where they fed. Alright? Alright, guys. So you gotta understand here, man. It's so crazy out here, man. Okay. Alright. You got Little Dick Pondai saying, well, he really didn't record everything now. Oh, yes, it did. I record how small your dicks are every day. Okay? So he really didn't record Israel now. Oh, yes, it did, bitch. You crazy than a motherfucker. But like I say, alright, when it comes to how small they are, okay? Trying to weaponize, and I will repeat, trying to weaponize, as they would come, particularly if my family visits, they will come and ask 21 questions. And it's all about being nosy, weaponizing these 21 questions and information that they get against my family, making it a hard time for them to get me off the streets. In relation to our tribal nation, okay, I'll say it differently, of our tribal nation, not of a penile inadequate sensation, of white America's small vibration, but that of a tribal nation of the 12 tribes of Israel's vibration of being able to sexually gratify the woman of our nation, including yours, in relation to your penile inadequate occupation and not being able to do that, making them whores, crossing the racial tracks as we break your sisters, nieces, cousins, and mothers' backs. Okay? Yeah, I had to emphasize on the little Dekanda sign, as they said, or little Dekandai, in relation, he didn't record Israel. I said, oh, yes, I did. And I did a better job than before. But you gotta understand, man. You know, he's just another white whore, a white penile inadequate whore. They can't take any more in relation to having a small penis. Okay? That's why he's the meanest. But you gotta forgive people, man. Okay? So I'm out here just minding my business, and they still calling me niggers and shit. You know that? Still cutting the grass too. By the way, you have Little Dick Hyundai talking all kinds of shit, calling me niggers. So this is actually linked to them. So everything that Little Dick Hyundai is saying, they're cutting grass and repeating it, and she's saying, "Now we don't like our everything nigger." And I said, I'm gonna take a jab anyway. So during the time of the recording of this video, I will ask for her job, her pension, and everything else that I possibly can get from her. You can shut the fuck up now. You insignificant fucking slut. Of the joke of white America's butt. Nobody gives a fuck about you. My family, not even your own fucking race. People outside of Port Huron, you 810 hoe. Okay, she's just 810. Okay, you know, that just means hoe. Because it's called POHO, so the 810 area code is 810. Hoe, representation, oh, she's just 810. In relation to 304s, we say 304s, we say 810s. Okay? It is what it is. She talking all that shit. By the way, dumb bitch, thank you. Everything, like I say, since the time of the recording of this video, she was threatening me and saying all kinds of shit. They were saying they're going to send the Proud Boys over here. And I said, you talk about the police? I said, well, they're not too proud in relation to carrying out what you say as an assassination or a murder. I don't believe they're dumb in that aspect and essence of knowing the law and working for the law, the expression of their legal presence if they do come to pay me a visit. And I say, look, guys, you already know I'm trying to get out the streets. I said, why are they coming over here and threatening me? And it's every time. You have to understand. Every time, though. And then you got Little Dick Hyundai and Pondai jumping in. Anywhere I go in the city, I'm being harassed. This is actually, would I say, the best place? No, it's not. You know what is better? Me actually being able to get a job and getting a place of my own so I don't have to deal with the scrutiny and harassment of your penile inadequate community. That seems to want to prevent me from getting off the streets even when relatives are uniting their forces of intellectual capacity, finances, and intelligentsia of the Holy Spirit, and resources of the merit of the Holy Spirit that you call the spirit of child molestation, that's Mishli, okay, to get me off the streets. So now, We don't like our overthinking, nigger, because my pussy stinks. So this is what they say. Well, I don't want to say with as much enthusiasm as they said. I really don't feel like it, but I'll have to repeat it for court. No, I don't like our overthinking, niggers. My pussy stinks. So I'm sorry to shake the camera, but that's the fury of penile inadequacies and fury of penile inadequacies Bloody Mary, okay, in relation to them not properly knowing how to maintain themselves on their periods. That's all I call them Bloody Marys. They're fucking disgusting. And just because I won't stick my, oh, what was that? Because I won't stick my dick in your ass? Okay. Another fucking 810. Hoe. Slut. All of the white women here are sluts that I ever come across. I put my salvation on it. I can't name the few that I have not. The only ones that are not sluts here, or not slutted themselves out, or particularly, are those who have no slut consciousness. No slut consciousness, okay? Slut conscience. It's so fucked up I created this terminology because they're such fucking hoes. And so I have to be fair. They don't even know what it means to be a fucking slut. Okay? They're all fucking sluts. The bitch in there is married. 42 fucking years old. Her fat ass. Taking a fucking job, bitch. Is there anything else you want to say? By the way, she was repeating that shit. Same shit she was saying. Because she speaks on the speaker. Is there anything else you would like to say that I could feed to my lawyer upon the judgment day, me taking your fucking job and it not being okay? Because I won't let you clean the corn off my fucking cob. Clean the corn off of BBC's fucking cob. Alright? She want to do a BBC job. She dickmatized. All she do is talk about dick. Dick, 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 dick. Dick, 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 dick. Dick load again. This bitch is so fucking stupid. Dickmatized, man. She said that her job is everything that she has and her husband. She doesn't have anything else. But you sit up here and risk it all. So what do you think your husband gonna find? What do you think your husband is gonna think when he finds out who has a 4-inch dick in relation to his penile inadequate dick? I don't think it's fair to the husband. Damn, he married such a bitch. Husband won't even touch her ugly ass. Always have problems attracting men. Same bitch that talk about she likes to stick her nose in a fucking ass. And then a no, excuse me. What I'm saying is, she likes to eat ass. It's a euphemism around here. Sorry, I meant to say she likes to stick a finger up her nose when she's fucking. She likes to pick her nose. She said it feels very refreshing. It feels very good. I said, well, look, and you know, you want to discredit me or try to disprove this, you get a lawyer, you know, Little Dick Condai get a lawyer, you know, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to get your own lawyer with the level of your fucking stupidity. And, you know, we'll see where it goes in relation to all the statements I'm making that are not jokes in relation to your penile fucking inadequate occupation. Now, if I'm sitting here not bothering anybody, what's your fucking problem? It's everything. You can't answer the shit, but I can. It's everything that I'm stating. Okay? They even call me a legalized fucking nigger because they talk about legalizing slavery. I'm like, oh, fuck. I said, shit. I'm going to have to put that down later. I don't have time. You woke my ass up. I'm not too happy about that. Legalized fucking nigger. I said, damn. Because they talk about abolishing the Constitution of the fucking United States. Emancipation Proclamation. I said, damn. Really now? Didn't think that was possible. But they're that fucking racist and delusional. They said, well, we just have to get Donald Trump out of office by killing him, hanging him from his big dick. So they say this dumb shit. I put my salvation on it. Or from his neck. Take a look at his pecker. That's what they talk about. Before they kill particularly men that are well endowed, take a look at their pecker and make sure they're not men that can compete with them in relation to their nation of cracker nobility. That means white men that are well endowed. I never said all white men have little dicks. They tried to get me with that shit. I said, no. You said all white men have little dicks. I went against that. I said, no. When it comes to the disposable white that you removed yourself from, you even acknowledged that there are men in porn that have big dicks, but you said, no, all white men have little dicks. And I said, but you what you're saying is a bit of a contradiction. prior to what you said before. See, but you remove them and you don't consider them to be a part of your nation, as you are a dark dick digmatized whore with a penile inadequate occupation. As the reasoning of you with an extreme certainty under your extreme harassment and the severity of the legal ramifications of your dark dick obsession of penis envying without question. Penis envying, penile discrimination. Okay? Of penile insanity's occupation. So, little dick Kondai, call wood. Now we know that no men that works there wood is good. Call wood, they are, no disrespect, they all chip in on the every single one of them. You trying to tell me this bitch is running Callwood and all she has to do is say you motherfuckers have little dicks? Put my salvation on it. The women run this city. It's a matriarchy. All they have to do is say they have little dicks. That's it. You know, people say, well, how did you deal with it? I just kept saying they have little dicks and they shut the fuck up. It's that easy. You got a fucking little dick. It really is that easy. Motherfucker over there isn't it easy? I say, yes it is, bitch. Because you say it every day. Well, you know, we don't know what to do because our dicks are too small. So I say you just take that shit from your woman like a fucking simp, a beta. Baitism, I call it, or simpism. It's a religion here. It really is that fucking simple. They can say, do whatever they want, cross the racial tracks, you know, get fucked up, hung up by some BBC come up, and you know, and they won't say and do anything at all because they can't find another woman that's willing to tolerate their dick size. They definitely can't find one in my community unless they're bedwenches and they want to mix out. It's a few of them and quite a few members of our community that want to mix out. They don't like being Shemitic. That's unfortunate. You know, they're called mixies or swirlers, and I'm not saying everyone that gets into those kind of relationships, both male and female, are like that, but it's a lot of issues that I deal with when it comes to interracial relationships because of this. They don't like that I take joy, or people would say pride, I prefer to say joy, take it with stride, not in pride, in relation to my culture. Okay, they don't like that. Members of my community that were white women said, you know, you're making us look bad. And I said, okay, cool. It's this thing called cool supremacy when it comes to members of my community, and the reason why they don't speak up or stand the fuck up. I said, get the fuck out the way, cracker. I call them crackers too. They be cracking that whip on me, man. Okay? I've even said crack as a term of endearment before. It's just how we talk down here. Okay? Alright? It's how we talk, man. It's fucked up, but it's how we talk. Alright? It's the backwaters community. Mind you, I didn't talk like this before. I only started talking like this dealing with the crackers all the more. Alright? It's dumb shit. Dumb shit. Diddy bop dumb shit. Because they are diddy boppers, man. They always talk about fucking kids. Especially Little Dick Kondai, open 24/7. Little Dick Kondai is open until 6. Okay? Longer than that. They'll be there standing in the parking lot trying to devise ways to get back at me. She and them as well devise ways of trying to get my dick. That's the ultimate revenge, because they say he's too smart. He's too good for his own race. I never said I was too good for my own race. Despite them believing this dumb shit and separating me from my own community, saying he's above us. He's some kind of alien. I said, you're really listening to the white man and the white woman. That everything that they are doing to me, they are speaking and saying that this is a test run in relation to what they want to do to you. See, this is why niggas need to read. They say, put anything in the book. Oh, you want to hide anything from a nigga, put it in the book. I read insatiably. We don't like our reading. Ho. So I have a little dick every more. So look, I'm in the background. Little Dick Kondai. They'll rhyme this shit to get at me and annoy me. They just got used to it. Oh, we don't like our little thick hoe. You see, it sound like they're crying and whining. I put my salvation. I hear motherfuckers crying every fucking day about how small their dicks are. And I bet your fucking bottom dollar you can't prove otherwise in court, bitch. Everything I say is gold. Platinum, bitch. That record was sold. Platinum, gold, hit gold. I like to see you prove otherwise. Bitches be crying and shit. White bitches be out here crying for the dick. I put my salvation on it. Screaming for the dick. The only reason why, the reality of the situation, why they call me nigger so much is because they're actually niggers. I said, okay, it takes one to know one. And the reality and actuality of you actually being one. Because you are the epitome of what a fucking nigger is. If I ever created an encyclopedia of what a nigger was, I put a white man's face and a white woman's face right there. You think I'm playing? I'm just saying. That's how much they act like fucking niggas. In my definition and what I've been socialized to believe, because I'm Shemitic, so I will be considered a kike, not a nigger, in relation to derogatory slurs, in relation to the genealogies and the tribal designations and charts and tables of my tribal association. Tribal associations in relation to my nation and what they changed when it came to the Confederacy of the Colonies. I call them the Confederacy of the Colonies of the United States, so they didn't have to pay us any form of reparations, being the Aboriginal people of this land. Not all of us, but I am one, an Aboriginal of this land, okay? A Native, Hebraic, Spartan Norseman, okay? That's why I put Native first. Native, Hebraic, Spartan Norseman. Alright, even my alphabet. Quite a bit Native American in the way I speak. You got to understand, I can articulate myself well, but can you articulate yourself well? Saying what you're saying, boy, fucking kids in every sentence, and you think you're going to get that passed in court? Saying boy, whites in every sentence, fucking kids, nigger, niggy. I put my salvation on it. This is all they fucking say. Now we'll never stop saying boy. The bitch a little bit contact. I say, yeah, you will. I promise you will. When I take your fucking job, you're going to be on those streets or somewhere else, and you won't be saying boy. I won't be hearing boy. No one will be hearing boy anymore. You're going to shut the fuck up. So yes, you lost. You already lost. Now I like to hear what you say to that. And you will stop saying boy. You know why? Because you're never going to be a part of my life, and it's already been done. Said and done, bitch. When you say boy, all you're saying to me is you're a fucking pedophile, and you're my boy. You have no power over me. You have no power over us. The only power you have is what we give you in relation to my community and the coons, and the lack of speaking up. Because they like to kiss your ass like full moons. Okay? Because they coons. Kissing ass like full moons because they coons. I told them to get the fuck out of the way. Like being a coon, you like eating them crowns, motherfucker. It's okay. Some of them feel like the white boys. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but according to stereotypes, when it comes to penis size. That's what the white community has said, and I stood up for them. I said we really don't have that problem, but since they don't stand up for themselves, it's holding as true, and they it's bad. I said, damn. I don't believe it's true because of all the biracial women that cross the racial tracks. And there's so many biracial children out here. I thought it was more biracials out here than whites. And it's 95% of them. 95, 96, 95%. And this is a consensus report that's divided between Marysville, Port Huron, Marysville, Hangtown, Hangland, Land of the Clan, that's what they call it. I'll never go to Marysville. Them crackers is too racist. Alright? Fort Ratchet. Okay? Say Ratchet as hell is the ghetto. Everybody call Fort Ratchet. Ghetto's hell. These are lowly class whites. Low class pieces of fucking backwater shit. Okay? I'm not very intelligent. They're just fucking dumb. Okay? Like I say, I'm no genius of any sort. They're just fucking dumb. They don't read. If they do, they don't apply it. They don't retain the information. They're fucking idiots. Okay? No disrespect. I see them in libraries all the time. And they go in dumber and come out. They go in dumb and come out dumber. Like the movie Dumb and Dumber. But going through libraries and the bookstores, the dumbest motherfuckers are in the libraries. The dumbest motherfuckers are in the bookstores. Put my salvation on it. That's penile inadequate whores. You see what I'm saying? And then you have Paul Huron, Poho. Or Chomo. I call it Chomo Vila. Okay, but like I say, and it's catching. People do call it other names in relation to loving to fuck kids. And I will give you those names in due time. Okay? But not now. Chomo Vila. Or just Chomo. Chomo les nachos. Chomo les nochos. Chomo les nochos. Chomo les nochos. In my language, Chomo les nochos. Port Huron is the epicenter of fucking kids. They're really bad, man. They even cross the boundaries between, you know, Fort Ratchet, okay, and Port Huron. They crossed into Fort Ratchet's territory and threw away all my shit. So Port Huron, the police can be assholes. So they got this thing called Washkovich Chronicles in this motherfucker. Washkovich, it's Washkovich Protocols. I'm sorry, Washkovich Protocols. And Washkovich, wash stands for whitewashing. And Washkovich niggers, they called themselves. Yeah, well, Washkovich niggers, nigger, took pride in what he did, throwing away all my stuff with a few other members, particularly the city as well, and as well civilians that took part and threw away my shit too. It's fucked up. Oh yeah, got them involved. You just coming to be fucking nosy. But they, you know, he said, well, you know, you come to help. He had to ask because it was a question of stating that he was telling her, he said, you come to help. You know, I hope you agree. And she said, no, it's not okay, because he was lying anyway. And she stated that he was lying, okay? That she was just a civilian, and she had, the bitch had slacks on, dress shoes on. She dressed very nice, and she was plump, but she wasn't fat. And she was a well-to-do white woman, and she did not work in the serviceable field in relation to the city of employment of cleaning. She was not dressed to clean, so that's why I knew he was fucking lying, and then she confirmed it. I can draw the shit down exactly. Okay, exactly. Everything that happened that day, they threw all my shit away. They kept calling me niggers and Eli's. Every demonic thing you could say, every name from the Bible, especially I'm hearing in the background, because these are Christians. They would say it in a very anti-Semitic slur, and they say, well, they took the Bible, that's what they did, and changed the scriptures and perverted it. And the Bible said you change anything in the scriptures, you know, it's damnation unto you. And they have a pedophile Bible now, based off the Constitution of pedophilia. I publicize that shit. I get a hold on it. I already got an alphabet. But like I say, this is what they talk about. They take the actual Bible, change things. It's just like the Queen James Bible for gays. Okay? Well, they got a pedosexualite Bible. Now, they call themselves the pedosexualite fucking race. The city, cutting the grass, put my salvation on it. Every time they come over here, this is a video representation. Every time they come down here, they always say these exact same words, but not as articulate or intelligent, and more so grievous when it comes to fucking kids, wanting to fuck kids. They say, we'll fuck our own kids. I'll have kids, just fuck them. Put my salvation on it. It's deep. They said if they can get dogs, if we advance so much of technology, we can mix human and animal DNA, they'll make sure they have the brains of dogs and the bodies of humans. Whereas if you fuck a dog, you can't get them pregnant. But then there's an issue, issues of ethics if they start developing intelligence or saying no. So you have to really think about this, okay? On some sci-fi, penile inadequate shit, okay? So they talked about this. And then say if they start getting pregnant, it's not a guarantee. There will be slip-ups. And then there will be hybrids born of some sort, okay? Just saying. They would talk about this shit. They said they would love to have pups and shit like that. But they said particularly it'd be nice if they didn't get pregnant. They fuck the shit out of them. Keep them dumb, stupid, and full of cum. I put my salvation on it. Chimeras. What they would be, that's what they're called. This is some deep shit, man. Like, I scientifically broke this shit down and I've articulated it in the sense that people can understand. It's so fucked up, I can make a dictionary on this shit as the source. All the shit they say, they talk about fucking kids, I already got an alphabet down. Call me legalized nigger. They say because we're legal with this shit. In their minds, they already destroyed the Emancipation Proclamation. They call themselves abolitionists. Abolitionists. In relation to penile inadequacies. Faculties of mastery. Okay, mastery. They call it I'm serious. I'm trying to say it in an intelligent way, but they said we want to master our little dick magic. We want to master penile inadequacies, masteries of the projection of our insecurities. Okay. Now you gotta understand a lot of shit I say. If you hear the way I talk, I'm a bit too intelligent to make some dumb shit up like this. Okay, it's their dumbasses. Okay, what I'm saying is, I read insatiably. Okay, my articulation, I like to read the dictionary and all kinds of shit. I have a whole vocabulary fucking list. Okay, I'm serious, online. Vocab that I can't get to unless I get online. So I have to leave and I save words. And I study. I study. But like I say, it is what it is. So I'm just sitting here relaxing because, this is the only place I really have to go. Okay? But they come here and harass me, they're on the job. And they're going to lose their job too because of it. On the job of penile inadequacies. Or rather, on the job of penile inadequacy, trying to clean the corn off my cob. In relation to trying to suck my dick and rob my magic shtick. In relation to Seaman's flick. In relation to Dark Dick's Seaman's flick. A Dark Dick Seaman's flick. Okay, so you gotta understand. Like the boogers they lick. They actually eat their boogers. They pick their noses. Sometimes they wipe them on their clothes. They encourage the kids to do it too. They don't stop them. They don't train them. You carry around tissue. You carry around these things. I always carry around some shit. I don't give a fuck. So I always carried around a bag of some sort with me. I always do. Keep myself clean, sanitaries, all kinds of shit. Extra pair of drawers in case of shit on myself, something like that, because I have bowel movement problems. Because they won't let me go to the restrooms and things of that nature. And then they threw away all my drawers and boxes. So that's a different story for another day. They threw away all my clothes. My socks. I walk around here barefoot all the fucking time. And they joke and laugh about this, saying you can't do anything about it, niggy, because you're a legalized fucking niggy. They say niggy down here. Yes, they actually say niggy. That's how racist they are. They create derogatory slurs. They're actually more intelligent in creating derogatory slurs that actually benefit to help my case in relation to showing how racist and small their penises are and dirty their clicks are by far. Actually fucking dogs because they can't control their hormones. Even I heard the white man say, yeah, my mother used to fuck dogs. She couldn't control her hormones. They would experiment. There was a lesbian chick working at Virtual Mall. She said she was about 9 years old. And she said that she would fuck her dog. She would play with her dog and things of that nature because she couldn't control her hormones. Put my salvation on it. Denelli or something like that. I heard her talking about it. I hate to put it out there like that because she's a lesbian chick. And lesbians, what I love about lesbians, they don't want to fuck. But then, she did develop an attraction towards me. Which I wasn't too fond of, but in the sense that she kept it at bay. She did call me niggers, according to, her religious belief of penile inadequacy sway of the religion of fucking kids all day, or the religion of child molestation's occupation of fucking kids all day. Okay, so you gotta forgive people, man. They're so evil, so evil. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Mazel tov.